वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
गणपतये नमो नमः, श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया। गणपतये नमो नमः, विनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया। ओम गणपतये नमो नमः, श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः, अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया। ओम गणपतये नमो नमः, श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः, अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
All right, hello. Hey, it is Terror Queen Jamila. How are y'all doing this Saturday afternoon today? So I needed to come and speak to you guys about some of the things that you guys may have seen out in social media. And then also why I am unbothered and unworried, and why you should not be bothered or worried either. So we've got a lot of women on here who are very intranquil, and they're constantly trying to discredit others. They're constantly trying to harass and bother others instead of working on themselves. And that's a big mistake. So I always teach my clients to work on themselves so that you can better connect it to your spiritual environment, your physical environment, and everything else. Now we have a really, really big new moon coming up in Aquarius. So you guys still have a couple of more days to get in on the new moon ritual. Okay. This new moon ritual that's coming up, it does have something to do with healers and empaths and protection and releasing. And so, you know, if that was something that people could just do, then they would just do it. So this is the reason why these things cost money. That's why I charge for my rituals, because there's a lot of people that, you know, tucking things away, hiding them in the back of your mind doesn't get rid of them. Okay. You know, when a bad spirit goes in, it must come out. And you got to have somebody that can see those spirits. Okay. So this is the reason why I have been very successful as a practitioner. This is why I am successful. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't even see it yet. I need to go look. So if you are somebody that decided that you wanted to make up something about somebody and you wanted to just continue to, do things like that to people, then you won't get anywhere with the spirits. You won't. And the spirits, that can be a very vague term, right? What is the spirits? What is that? Depends on what it is that you're looking for. I know that for me, I work with prosperity. And I talk about a lot of things that a lot of people don't normally talk about, because I want you guys to be able to see the numbers. Okay? Because numbers mean everything. They do. Last year and the year before that, I fought for the right to earn my living. As a witch, a real witch. Okay, I don't know about all these other frauds that are working for the church. Okay, no shade to you, Donna, because I know you're a Christian rich, but I'm talking about actual witches that want to discredit witchcraft, that are in the church is what I'm talking about. Those people that practice witchcraft, but you think it's evil. So people like that should not be practicing. Okay, you shouldn't. But who the hell am I to say, right? So it takes willpower and it takes strength. Talking about somebody else, trying to discredit them, even trying to steal energy, from people is no longer going to work. Okay? And that's what we've got a lot of these practitioners on here are doing. Okay? When you work with a spiritual practitioner, you are supposed to see results, right? And there's a lot of people that are not seeing any results. They're just not seeing it. And if you're not seeing the results, then perhaps you're going down the wrong path. Okay. First of all, there's a lot of people that thought that practicing witchcraft was something that you just did just for the hell of it or just to get attention from a man. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that thought that practicing witchcraft and running a witchy business was about getting attention from a man and getting validation from a man. That, I'm going to tell you something. That is not where a witch's power comes from, is leaning on and getting validation from a man. Okay. Now, of course, the man is supposed to protect the woman. A man is supposed to soothe the woman. That's what the man is. Men are there for fun, and they're also there for protection. If you're not having fun with the opposite sex, then you're doing it all wrong and you're with the wrong person. Okay. And you went somewhere wrong. Okay. If you're not having fun in life and if you're not getting what you want out of life, so much to the point where you have decided, because I've got one of my main enemy, okay, really my only enemy, who is just an extension of another frenemy from years ago that I don't deal with. This person thinks that by discrediting me and lying on me, and this is going to be what the words that I'm going to say on this channel before her great fall. She thinks that she's going to get somewhere by telling lies on me. And the reason why this person has to tell lies on me is because she has a bad track record. And she bases everything in her entire existence on me. Every day she wakes up in the morning and she thinks about me. But yet she says that I have no power as a witch when this person has basically given up their life and said, I worship you. So let me tell y'all something. There's a difference between having an enemy and somebody that worships you, that has these weird fantasies, because the fantasy of you is better than the actual reality of what actually happened to them. So you guys may find that some of your lovers might do that, especially you women. Okay, it'll be a woman. She done got raped or either taken advantage of, or that's how she feels because she can't take responsibility for her own body. So what she does is, instead of her facing the reality of what actually happened, another story that's completely made up is much more comforting, especially when you're making up stories about people that helped you. So if you owe your entire life to somebody, you're going to learn. And let me tell you something, you're not a smart woman if you do that to anybody. You're not a smart man either. That's not smart. That's not wise. It's not wise to bite the hand that once fed you. And it's definitely not wise to bite the hand that feeds you. Okay? Yeah. Well, the church exists within itself because of witchcraft, Donna. So the church is witchcraft. They're doing rituals just like I do. Only difference is that it's a preacher that has been given a license to do it, and he thinks he's automatically better than a woman who has been naturally born to do it better than him. So when it comes to being a witch, that I am, but I am not one that is codependent on any man, ever. Ever. In fact, he's just a prize for me, and I want to be looked at by him. You know, so many people look at love, and this is why you don't never find it, because you look at your partner, your lover, your significant other, you look at them as some fucking trophy. And that's not what lovers are. Your lovers are not a trophy for you to say, hey, look, see, I got this person. Look, see, you see, no. That's not what your lovers should be for you. It's not. Yeah, well, Donna, of course I have power. I've fought upwards to about 60 different witches, including Freemasons. Okay, so the reason why that whole thing existed with the whole defects was because of Freemasonry. Okay, because I have ties with that. My grandmother was an Eastern Star. My grandmother was in the Eastern Star. So, you know, where I'm from, there's a lot of Masons and Freemasons and stuff. And, you know, these men, they will go to those lodges and they'll do rituals to sacrifice the women in their family. I've told y'all that. So that's exactly what we've produced, is a bunch of women who don't know how to stand in their power, very codependent, have no presence, want to be seen, but they are unseen. And the reason why you are unseen and you have no exposure and you don't have the things that Jamila has is because it is not your time and it's probably not your life. Wasn't meant for you to do that. You looked at somebody else and you said, oh, I want to be like Jamila. I want to be like Jamila. I want to be a witch. But then you almost burned up in a fire and you realized you're not a witch. You don't understand the powers that you're dealing with. I respect those powers. That's why all of my spells work. That is why I have freed so many people from the clutches of all sorts of demons. Okay, so I'm not just a witch. I'm like a demon huntress is what they would call me. Okay. And my far out spiritual beliefs have helped many overcome their demons, hasn't it? So because of my ability to see things that most people couldn't even comprehend, most people, you think that I just light a candle. You don't even realize that when I step into a ritual to do a cleanse for you, I'm in there with all of your demons as well. And yeah, they real ugly and snarling. They real nasty. But I got a lot of backup. So that's why I'm able to step in the ring with demons. I don't need to step in the ring to do no boxing because I fight and win over demons all the time. Maybe I'm Jesus Christ reborn. I have no idea why demons fear me. They do. They do. So this is why I've been successful, because I am known for scaring off demons. It's what I do. Now, whether or not those demons stay away permanently, that's going to be up to you, because there's certain things that you can't do. Now, see, y'all can't judge what I can do for you based upon what you see going on with me. Okay, I got a lot of people that want my energy. People make videos about me. I'm sure that y'all be running around here. Y'all be seeing these videos and stuff. People make videos about me because they're backbiting. They're confused. You know that I've actually had complete idiotic people trying to shame me for being a mother. I'm not the average citizen, obviously. I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. And now we got witches watching my pocket because they heard me say $500,000, right? So now they're behind the scenes doing their so-called money work, but they're calling to me. When you ask for money work, you're calling to me. So you can't discredit me at the same time asking for money. I am the embodiment of Lakshmi. Okay, I am the embodiment of her. So I am money. Okay, people mention my name. I got folks paying people to talk crazy about me and to spread lies about me. Y'all know that all of those lies, did y'all know that it was revealed? And I didn't even know that. I was like, oh, spirits, y'all gave me a bonus. I didn't even discuss it with that person. That person didn't say anything to me about exposing the truth. Did y'all know that all of the lies that were said about me, it was exposed that it was a lie? Did all of y'all know that? And yeah, it was exposed by one of the people, you know, that was behind the attack. And he was man enough to turn on his camera and say, hey, the reason why I said this about this woman is because I was paid to say it. So I'm that important. I'm that important that there are people that will pay other people to lie on me and spread rumors. If it was really the truth, would she have paid him? Nope, she wouldn't have. And he also revealed and exposed another person on here that I exposed on my other channel. Go to Terror Queen Jamila Live. You can get all the information about Tina the Terrible. Okay, that's what my spirits have nicknamed her, Tina the Terrible. Okay. And she's not allowed to practice witchcraft. So I do have the power to bind other witches. Okay. Don't get angry at me because of that. Because y'all are doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. You're purposely attacking people. You're trying to feed off of people live, literally feed off of them while they're live. So, and so this is what we've got because there is a difference between being a vampire and being a witch. There's a very distinct difference because all vampires do is feed and feed and feed until they can't feed no more. That's all they do. They will suck you dry. A witch ain't gonna suck you dry. A succubus or an incubus will suck your energy. But a witch, depending on what her stuff is. Now, I will tell you that, yeah, there are demonic witches out there that have an intent to hurt you. But none of those witches are in it for the money. They're not in it for the money. Okay? Those witches are in it for the energy. And they don't care about you. And a lot of you have children. So if you see a woman attacking another woman and her children, then you know that she's going through some stuff, ain't she? You know that she's not in a good place. You know that. And you don't have to question it when you see that woman doing the right thing. Then that is when you say, okay, well, then this person has decided to get better. Okay? Because just because you're a witch doesn't mean that we're going to allow you as a witch. I refuse to allow anybody to make a mockery of my spiritual belief system. I'm not going to do it. Now we got witches around here that are trying to totally discredit the spiritual community. They're trying to discredit a lot of the things in the spiritual community. Ever since Jamila came out as the tarot queen, we've had people that have done nothing but try to discredit the cards. Oh, I don't need cards. I don't do cards. Well, maybe you don't know the art of reading cards, maybe because you don't know how to read them. So we got people that are doing all kinds of weird stuff and exposing themselves because I don't feel any, I don't feel intimidated at all by any of these witches that are on here on YouTube. In fact, I'm going to be addressing one a little bit later on today. I will be addressing somebody. Okay. And I will be addressing some things that I heard her say that I don't appreciate her saying. I feel as though this person needs to be a woman. Quit trying to pretend that you know everything, because you don't. And if somebody asks you about a certain spiritual being that you don't know about, just say, hey, I don't have expertise in that area. Same thing when it comes to the fairy magic. Okay. Stop saying that you know about things that you don't know. You can guess. You can guess, hon. You can guess, but you're not an expert on everything. Okay? Because fairy magic is very powerful. And so is the magic of women. So, you know, we got a lot of people out here that are pretending to be women. A lot of these so-called women that we're seeing are not actually women at all. And I feel that it's important for you to reveal your gender. So I've been seeing that a lot. I've been seeing people pretend that they have children and they've been pregnant and they've never been pregnant in their life because they're not a woman. And those are the women that are trying to feed off of the actual real women that are on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Well, nobody, you know, this is what I want to tell you, Donna. Nobody's actually worried about Curie because, you know, she's speaking death into her own life because, you know, that's what she's doing. So anything that you wish for somebody else, you just come up to somebody and you just wishing that stuff on them. You're not a witch. In fact, there's a lot of people on here. They're not witches. They're just demonically possessed. So being under demonic possession does not qualify you as a witch. Okay, it doesn't. And see, I'm not an expert on Palo. I'm not an expert on Yoruba. I'm not an expert on the Orishas, but I am an expert on witchcraft, just plain old ordinary witchcraft. Okay? And witchcraft is very, very real. So I don't appreciate people playing with it. If you see anybody on here saying anything about me, it is because they are jealous, because I am an authentic witch. Okay? That's the reason why. This is one of the reasons why I was born. I looked very different from the other people in the family. I stuck out like a sore thumb. And, you know, I was always the black sheep. I was always the one that stood out. So when you're somebody that stands out, people tend to clout chase on you. And to be honest with you, none of my enemies have done anything to do harm to me. They've never stopped my money. I believe that I would have manifested more, and we are going to manifest more this year. So like I told you guys, there's going to be quite a few of my clients that are going to win the lotto this year. I already saw it. I already saw it. Okay. The same thing that I saw last year when I said I'm going to start off, because you want to take baby steps. Nobody, like when it comes to money manifestation, you want to take it in steps, because everybody is not ready for that large amount of money. Okay. So the spirits have to get you ready. We've already put it out in the universe and they are going to manifest it, but you've got to be ready for all of that money. And then also you've got to be a serious player. Okay. You don't, I ain't gonna do all the work for you. If you're a serious player and you seriously gamble and you play the lottery and you seriously invest, then those are the ones that should be coming to get the spiritual work done to actually manifest it. That's it. That's what everybody does. There's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that think that they have to necessarily sell their soul. My spirits don't require for you to sell your soul. What is that? Sell your soul. That's so elementary when you're thinking at it on spiritual terms, because even if you sold your soul, you could get it back. You can buy it back. So, you know, nobody's sold there. I mean, there are some people that did make pacts with demons. You can make a pact with a demon, but you can't really sell your soul. Like, what is that? I don't know why people always say that. I think that's a Christian thing, right, Donna? Selling your soul is a Christian thing, right? I think that's what that is. That doesn't exist. As a witch, I can go and find your spirit and put it right back in your body and return the demon that took over it. So that's bullshit. That's what I do. I don't just light a candle and say, God, please help this person. God, please give this person some blessings. That ain't what I do. There's a process of going in snatching your soul out of that dark place that it was put to be fed upon and put back into your vessel. That is what I do. I did it with a couple of members of my family. I had to do it for my son. They had stole my son's power, the youngest one. I had to take his stuff back. That's why they was all over my son, because I gave birth to a highly gifted, highly spiritually gifted child. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So your son, because, and you know what, Donna, because what happens is that comes through your bloodline. And so those same entities want to pass that along to your child. And that's pretty much what they do. You know, this is something that they always do. It's slight variations, but they all do the same thing. And what we do is we cut those spirits off from their supply. Okay. Okay, so the devil. Well, I'm just gonna tell y'all this, that when it comes to the devil, you know, I don't worship any other deity. Okay, nobody, like, why would I worship anything? But I do travel in and out of hell a lot. I do. And you have to, because I go and I free souls. So that's something that I have to do. And it's something that I'm not afraid to do. You know, if there is a demon that's fighting through it, you know, we destroy it. So I don't just light a candle. The candle work is for you. Okay. Now I do start fires and stuff when it comes to these demons, and smoke. So I use smoke a lot in my rituals. Smoke is the main thing. I got to smoke out the whole house today. I've been meaning to do that. I'm kind of bad about doing that, so I need to do that. But the spirits in this house are pretty good, you know, just to let y'all know that I do a very good job of keeping that stuff out of my house. I've got practitioners that, that, you know, they just randomly like to try to do work on me and try to send intranquil spirits over to me. And I just send them right back to you. I can do that with my mind. I don't even need a sage stick to do that. I can travel. If I know that somebody has sent me some bad energy, and if I'm picking up on that person, what I do is I travel over to that person. I give them their fucking energy back, and I come back home. I don't, you know, so that's why I'm so strong within the spiritual war, and why I've survived is because of my strength in the astral. So it's probably got something to do with the fact that I'm between worlds, and I've always been that way. I am a medium. Ask my aunt that raised me. My aunt is the one that told me that I was a special child. She's the one that told me that. She's the one that told me that I am a medium. And see, you got other people that they'll say, I want her spiritual gifts. And then when you get those spiritual gifts and a spirit come through and scare the shit out of you, you know, because I've had people do that. That's why I always call my power back to me, because there's constantly people trying to suck it up and use it for some lower chakra purpose, you know. So women, if you're hating on other women, you're not going to go anywhere with the spirits. Okay, so mote it be. Exactly. The spirit, y'all hear that sizzling? That was the ancestors. Whenever your candle starts sizzling, popping, or bubbling, that means that the ancestors have arrived. And we've got all sorts of ancestors, not just the ones that's from your mama and your daddy and your grandparents. I'm talking about the ones that are much more higher up, on a higher realm. Yeah, they travel here all the time. because we're constantly asking them for their help. And the reason why is because there's certain entities that when you start to ascend, they're trying to interrupt your ascension. So whenever you see somebody make a video about me, that's actually a backwards admiration. It's jealousy. Okay? These are people that don't have their own identity. These are women that don't have their own identity. You know why you don't have your own identity? Because you don't have your spirit, your soulless. My enemy, my main enemy that has a hate club, and I have an enemy right now all day, every day. She talks about me. She has a network, right? But she's AKA the devil, like not the devil in terms of what I know that it is. She is the adversity. She's adversity, but I've already destroyed her a long time ago. She's had no bearing. She's had no effect because I know what I'm doing, right? But she's let me know that I've affected her because she doesn't know what she's doing. So this is not something that you should play around with, and she won't be allowed to. There will be no spirit that she will call to that will answer to her because she cannot handle it. The mind is too off. Okay. So, you know, it's difficult to grow my channel because as my channel grows, they're constantly networking and trying to pull the attention over to this lie that doesn't exist. There's never going to be a police officer or an attorney or a lawyer or anything serious that is going to come about from that. It is only two very lost and confused and soulless women. I can tell you that they don't have their soul in their body. Okay, this is exactly what demons do. They take your soul out, they replace it with their energy, and they torment you in the spirit realm. So if your spirit is being tormented, then you need to get yourself a high priestess. I'm a high priestess. I deal with negative spirits every damn day. This is a part of it. Nobody is talking about somebody and is that focused and concentrated on somebody for several years back to back every day. That ain't about nothing. Okay. So it's all about, you know, I want to prove her wrong. But who are you trying to prove wrong? God? You trying to prove the goddess wrong? You trying to prove Yemi Ya wrong? And see, that's why we've had a lot of violent storms. That's why we've had a lot of violent storms. You remember when that strange phenomenon happened when they picked up the entire ocean? That was very supernatural. When have you ever known of a storm to pick up an entire ocean? All of the water from the ocean was gone. There was nothing. So this is very supernatural and very paranormal. We've had a lot of weird stuff happening. Okay, the moon being upside down and just all kind of stuff, you know. We just had a blood moon. So let me tell you the mistake that a lot of you made. A lot of you made the mistake of thinking that your enemy was innocent. Your enemy was sitting right in your face doing work on you. Doing work on you. Why were they doing that? Because they're doing it for in the spirit of the church. So the spirit of the church says that you should be humble and you shouldn't have nothing and you should just be poor and give all your money to the preacher. And he should live a life of lavish and, you know, with gold and you know, big buildings, and he should be able to molest children anytime he wants. Y'all do know that I went in on the Pope before, right? I went in on the Pope. Reason why I went in on the Pope, is because, yeah, I'm demonic. Yep, to a fault. But I'm demonic to the point where it's all about the truth. So we're not living in the age of Pisces anymore. That was an illusion. That was the delusion, the age of Pisces. Now we've got a new moon in Aquarius. So a lot of you healers, a lot of my people that are paying attention to the wrong things, because I noticed that some of my clients were looking at these people's videos. Very, very bad thing to do. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me give the grandbaby. Let me give my daughter time to get the baby. Hold on. Oh, baby. So, guys, I'm telling you all that petty stuff, the spirit is not listening to that. If you are not living within your truth during the age of Aquarius, you're going to have a lot of problems. There's a lot of people that are going to have a lot of problems this year. The things that they were resting on are going to no longer be there. A lot of the comforts that a lot of people had, you know, they're not going to be there anymore. So, you know, people are not going to be able to spend hours per day, you know, trying to suck energy from off of an anthill. You know, we're sick of it. All this petty stuff and people, the same energy that a lot of these vampires are vampiring from people, you can get from herbs, you can get from the earth. You know, if you are stealing energy from somebody, you might be making them sick. You do realize that, don't you? You know that if you continue to allow somebody to feed off of your solar plexus and your heart chakra, that's what's causing heart problems. Did you know that it's bad and irresponsible on both sides, and that's why you keep cursing your children? Huh? Y'all have been accepting to this crap, worshiping your head vampire in charge, whose name I'm not going to mention on here. I'm going to get on her on another channel. Yeah, the Pope is a demon. He's very demonic. He's got children in the basement of the church over there in the Vatican. They regularly slaughter, rape, and sacrifice children at the Vatican, at the church. He regularly does that for fun. He does that for sport. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does that for sport. So he said Jesus was a coward. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, yeah, the church has been demonic and overran, and that's why this is why we have to do generational hex removers from both sides. A lot of y'all have it afflicting you on both sides. And the affliction itself is the energy. And its original resting place is fear. So the way that Christian families attack their other Christian people that would rather use crystals to heal themselves and other things, and they rather depend on their own body and mind, okay, what they do is they send you a bunch of negative energy because they talking and they doing everything that their Bible tells them not to do. So, but back to the vampiric women on here on YouTube, you realize that when you steal energy from me, you're stealing it from my solar plexus, which could cause health problems. And see, I know that being that I'm consciously aware of that, my spirits are going to send all of that back to you. So I would strongly suggest a lot of you people, then I'm not talking about the regular people on here. Let me just give you guys a little tip. See, I don't have to move in silence because I'm a very honest person, and honesty is always the best policy. Okay. Okay. When you are stealing energy from somebody's heart chakra, solar plexus, you are causing that person health problems. Okay. A lot of y'all that do your little vampiric spiritual work, which is not power that's coming from within you, you're just stealing, is what you're doing. And then you thinking you cute while you doing it, and you not, you look ridiculous, very ridiculous. Okay, because everybody that's watching you can see it, except for the people that are stupid enough to still be watching you and subscribing to you. Now, when you are stealing energy from somebody, you are pulling energy out of their solar plexus, which is very dangerous to their health. When you are stealing energy from somebody, you're stealing it from their heart. And so this is what the spirit universe will tell you. I realized that the narcissist demon told you. I actually heard a spiritualist, and I disrespectfully disagree with this person at this point when she said that karma doesn't exist, and it absolutely does. You can see it showing on that person's face. This person is starting to look more and more like a man every day. So black magic has been done on this person, and it's not going to be pretty. It ain't nothing that no kind of legal nothing can do. Okay, you know, sending somebody a cease and desist letter don't have nothing to do with legal. I'm sorry, not legal, spiritual. You know what I can see people doing to this person spiritually, and all the signs and symptoms being there, and this person needing help, but being so caught up in, you know, their fake, false crap to where, you know, they do actually go around feeding off of other people's energy. They do. They go around feeding off of other people's energy, especially some of these male practitioners, guys. Y'all got to be careful about these. You know, we love the male practitioners, but they will feed off of women, especially the ones that are pretending to be women. So you have to be careful with that, because sometimes some of these, they're not getting that energy just from hormones. You can't get a woman's essence from a fucking hormone. So I'm talking about all you women that consider yourselves to be women, but you were actually born a male. You guys have been feeding off of women too. You're wrong for doing it. Go and feed off of an herb. Go and feed off of some food. Vegans are feeding off of people too. Instead of you eating animals, you've started to feed off of people spiritually. And that's not right either. So all of this is going to be chin checked this year. And I don't want to hear it anymore. And I'm about to start exposing some people that I'm sick and tired of. And I'm ready for whatever you bring. And I hope those of you that are watching this same person that I'm not going to call their name on here, I'll call their name on my other channel. Those of you that are watching her and you know how full of crap she is. Everybody can see she full of crap. Honey, just having a large following and a bunch of live viewers don't mean nothing. Okay, when that person ain't talking about nothing. Some of the stuff they say makes sense, but then a lot of it doesn't. And you know what that means when it doesn't make sense. What are you going to be able to, what you going to do for your life? How you going to use that for your life? And your life is of a different circumstance than her life. And then also this person that I'm going to be confronting had the audacity and the nerve to say that just because you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s that you can't get married, but that's because this person is already married. So that's another thing I'm going to be checking this person on. Because if you were in such a good marriage, why you on here feeding off of everybody else that got better and more powerful spiritual gifts than you? While you sit back in the cut, talking about you moving in silence, honey, you ain't moving in silence. Spirit's been hip to this person's game. Okay. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to this person, too. I'm going to tell them to their face. I shouldn't even give them no warning. I can see it coming, though. It's one of these witches on here that's got a pretty hefty lawsuit that's about to be against her. She's going to have like she's going to have a liability lawsuit against her very soon that's going to ruin her, her career. And it's going to be karma, the same karma that she denies. Yes, I've been fasting and meditating, pray so those bloodline curses in my son and daughter's bloodline, that they don't inherit that curses in the bloodlines. But you have to destroy the contract and you have to know how to do that. So there's certain people that do have access to certain things. And it ain't just about having knowledge of every damn thing, because a lot of people be like, well, I know about this and I know about that. And they pretend to be experts, but they're on their channel. I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't even gonna go there, y'all. Y'all gotta read between the lies when somebody don't really know what they talking about. Okay. Yeah, man. Let me tell you what ends up happening when you start doing dark magic. You have a hard time sleeping. That's one of the number one symptoms of somebody that ain't doing right. That's when you're doing the wrong thing, then you can't sleep at night. See, folks that can sleep, they can go off into the dream realm and regenerate themselves, because see, your sleeping process is your way of regenerating yourself. So if you're not able to do that, it is because spiritually there's some things that's on your conscience that are gonna come out, and they typically come out tears, sweat, and blood is what we're gonna see. And you know, there's a lot of people, I'm telling you, it's you can keep up that act for only so long when you keeping up an act, when it's all an act with some of these women on here. So I'm just letting y'all know that I still have people. Do not believe anybody that tells you that I slept with somebody that was underage. That is a standard thing that these people are saying about people to try to ruin and mess up their fucking reputation. Okay, there is a pending lawsuit that is pending against the person. There will be a defamation of character lawsuit that will be filed. Now, those of you that are listening to these people, I'm partial to you. To be honest with you, you ain't my people. But see, what y'all doing is y'all in the way, and y'all are taking the place, and you are standing in front of the people that I'm really fucking, meant to commune with. So that's the problem. So anybody that believes that shit, I don't want to work with you anyway. Especially when you believe something that no police officer has told you. There's been no there's not even been an investigation on it, because it's It's totally made up to sabotage my reputation in social media. These women are not going to go anywhere. So in a couple of days, guys, y'all better make sure, because this is going to be a very important ritual. A lot of y'all that decide I'm gonna go over on this side. I'm gonna see what they got going. You're gonna regret that, because that's not your spiritual system, number one. And a lot of people's spiritual system is just to take your energy. That's it. That's all. No more. Okay. See, with me, it's an even exchange of energy. With a lot of these other people, they just feeding off of you. Most of those people have some kind of rip-off report against them, and it's also going to be some lawsuits that are going to be filed this year against a couple of them too. I will be, however, though, let's talk about the ritual that I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a new moon in Aquarius ritual. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely walk away from the age of Pisces. We done with that. We stepping into the age of Aquarius this new moon. So those of you that have been having a hard time standing or either walking between those worlds, a lot of you are going to be getting help, insight, messages, being a part of this ritual. It does cost $56 to be included. The reason why I use the number 5 and the number 6 is because of numerology purposes. Okay. So it breaks down to a number 11, which is a portal. Okay. So you guys can go to the website. You can participate in that. Go ahead and just send me an email telling me what it is that you want to manifest, or what the situation is, and then you'll be included. I will be doing that ritual on the new moon, which is in 2 days, on February the 4th. Okay. Another thing is this: when you go looking for trouble, you're gonna find it. Okay. And you know what they say, they talked about Jesus too, but was any of it true? Nope. Okay. So, I've got people that are trying to sabotage me. All of my top level clients, look, let me tell you something. I'm going to say this. My spirits are fighting for you. My spirits are fighting for you. Okay, so none of you are gonna be able to avoid me this year. Last year you guys were not ready for the truth, and y'all were not ready, but there's gonna be a lot more people that are gonna be ready this year. So it's not about them, it's about you, and it's about turning you away from the truth, is what these women are about. It's not about telling you the truth. It's not about getting you the proper spiritual help that you need, because people know how to discern. Okay? People know how to discern. So eventually there will be a lawsuit. Eventually there will be a lawsuit that will be filed, but it's not priority. It's not priority. Filing a lawsuit against these women is not priority. I don't even need to file a lawsuit against them. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't even need to do that, because so the person that is lying and saying that I had sex with an underage girl, it's a lie. Okay. Just for any of you that have seen that have saw that person, and if you notice, do you see any thumbs down on that person's channel? Why does that person have no thumbs down on their channel? Because they're irrelevant. Do you understand me? There's no need for me to go over to this person's channel and thumbs them down. For what? we don't even pay attention to that person. So let me tell you something. If you deal with this one person, her name is Tina Turn Up, Tarot by Tina. She will ruin your life. Okay, that is one person that is trying to steal your energy. Okay, that woman is not trying to help you. So I don't know about anybody else. There's another person that I'm giving the side eye to just recently because of some things that she said that I don't agree with. However, I know for a fact that Tarot by Tina is a fraud. So she's not getting anywhere with the spirits, no, you know. And so when you go over to her channel, you know, you'll listen to all this fake fraud stuff that she says to you. And if you notice, there's no thumbs down. I could go and I could create a bunch of accounts and I could try to sabotage her channel. Why haven't I tried to sabotage her channel? Why haven't I done that? Because I don't need to. When something is a lie, why would I need to go and get an attorney? No, that's not how my spirits work. Okay, because I'm the lawyer and I'm the judge and I'm the law. Okay, I do court case work. Do you understand me? So listen. In this world that we live in, people like that, just like that, the things that they have done, they have been able to cause disaster in people's lives. Can you imagine? You know, that same person that made that video about me called DFACS and filed hundreds of false reports and told me that the reason why she wanted to get my children taken from me is because I love them. Okay, so that same person. So this year, we are not going to run from and avoid the truth. The reason why you guys would even think about listening to somebody like that is because you want to try to take the easy road out. And there will never be an easy way out. There will never be. You understand me? Ain't nobody going to sit up there and put a knife in somebody's head and make them your slave just so that you don't have to get yourself together. We don't do that here. Okay? So 9 times out of 10, if you over there looking at her, you're looking for trouble and you're up to no good. So I'm going to have real trust issues with you as a client if you come to me about anything that these people say, because y'all know that it's a lie just so that they can sabotage my spiritual journey as well as yours. Okay, this is what happens to very successful people. They do it to a lot of people on YouTube. I'm more talked about than Chris Brown. I'm more talked about than most famous people. What does that tell you? Does that tell you that I'm a big nobody? No. No, that's not what that tells you, huh? That tells you that I must be somebody. But then again, everybody don't need to know who I am. That's for my clients to know and for you all to find out. Okay? So if you guys are looking for energy, during my rituals, I give out energy. We don't suck people's energy. We give out energy. Okay? And please don't ever go to a practitioner that tells you that witchcraft has nothing to do with spirit and that it's all science. Lies. Lies and more lies. That's a lie. Let me tell y'all what a spirit is. A spirit is energy. So again, another lie. So, and listen, you ain't got to agree with everything that I say, but you got to understand that there's a reason why people do do things the way that they do it. And there's no real work that's going into it. They're not breaking a fingernail. You think, I find it hilarious that a lot of you would think that you can go to just anybody to get a cleansing. The person that you're going to get the cleansing literally is possessed by demons, filled with drugs, every kind of street drug imaginable, and you think that person is going to be able to cleanse you. That's funny. That's funny. You think this person is going to be able to cleanse you or do something for you when they don't even know how to have a positive conversation about the spirits. It's all about the negative. Everything is the negative, negative, negative. So, you know, anyway, guys, I got to go because I'm going to be doing more readings. I'm going to be doing more free readings because I'm doing some volunteer work. Okay. And so I got to go. Y'all get ready for that. You guys will be able to call in and talk to me today. Okay. And then I got to go because the grandbaby is over there fussing. Danielle, is she waiting on her baba? No, she's just baby. Well, she probably needs to burp then. We'll burp her again then. She need to burp again. I bet you she got to burp again. All right, y'all. I got to go. I'm going to go burp my grandchild. I will see you guys later. Love and light to you guys. Hey, listen. How do you spot a fake witch if she's always talking about another woman? That's how you spot a fake witch. Okay. A fake witch is somebody that's going to always be backbiting and sponging off of another woman. And some of them, yeah, a lot of them do move in silence, but we're going to expose a couple of them. Okay. They move in silence while they have their little minions run out and do their little dirty work for them. Okay. So I'll see y'all later. Love and light.